G'day, cats! Welcome to episode number 44 of the Greencast, a podcast by me, Mr. Greentex, where I ramble to myself like a fucking madman in my own bedroom. That was a bit of an intense intro. I'm sorry about that for all people listening with headphones. But I thought I better get at least one good final scream in for now, because this will probably be the last episode of the podcast for a couple of weeks at least, because I am going in for tonsil surgery. Because I think I briefly mentioned this. I don't know if I had, but I've been getting tonsillitis basically all of my life. I get like 2 to 3 to maybe 4 bouts of it a year, and what it is basically your tonsils, which are the thing down at the very back of your throat where near your uvula is, I'm pretty sure. Basically, it helps you like swallow stuff, but in some people, it often gets inflamed and infected and swells up. And when it swells up, a lot of your receptors, I don't know if that's the right word, your immune system goes to shit, you start to get snotty, the mucus starts to irritate your throat, you get sick, you get pretty much screwed. And about a month ago at this point, I had the worst bout of tonsillitis that I'd ever had in my life, where basically my tonsils got so inflamed that it basically got hard to swallow my own goddamn saliva. And yeah, at that point, I quickly realized that these need to get out of my fucking throat, because I don't want to experience that ever again. I could hardly eat food, I could hardly drink any liquid, and it got so bad that, I've been going to the gym for consistently for about the better part of 4 years at this point, and I haven't really lost particularly much weight at all. I've just basically toned up a lot, and I've just changed a lot of my body shape. I haven't particularly lost much weight, which is good, but because I've not been able to really eat or drink much of anything, I lost 4 kilos in a week, which is I don't know, hang on, give me a second. Oh yeah, I gotta Google home. Hey Google, what's kilos converted into pounds? Wait, I fucked that up.
1 kilogram equals 2.205 pounds.
2.05. Yeah, so it's about 8 pounds, maybe 8 and a bit pounds in a week, just because I couldn't eat or drink properly. So yeah, I quickly realized how fucked I am and how I never want to experience that ever again. So I talked to my parents about having them getting removed, because my mother, she also had tonsillitis when she was younger, and she got it out actually I think around the same sort of age range than I am. But she's much older now, and she had it down as a kid. But I don't know why. I'd never even really considered that as an option. I guess it just took something this extreme really to even consider it, because before, it wasn't that bad. I'd be sick for a week and I'd move on, but this was so intense that it was not a fun experience at all. One of the worst weeks of my fucking life. So I talked to my parents about it, and I also quickly realized that since I'm covered through private health insurance through my parents' plan, so I was like, oh, I'm good. But however, through further investigation, I quickly realized that I'm only covered through my parents' health insurance until I'm 21, which is 10 days from now. So I'm kind of getting real fucking close at this point. But it would be until I'm 25, which a lot of people, when I told them that I have to get my surgery as soon as possible because I'm not going to be able to make it if I wait past my birthday. And a lot of them said that, oh, it should be 25, this for my child or whatever the hell. But it's only apparently if I'm still studying, is if I'm still covered by that. Which I graduated university 2 years ago, which is also hilarious because, I guess, I don't know, my industry is really weird. I graduated with a bachelor in film with a majoring in post-production. So I was technically fucking fully qualified by 18 years old, which is hilarious to a lot of people. Because a lot of my friends are still studying or, choosing new paths or whatever the fuck else. But that's a whole other separate thing to getting derailed. So quickly realized, oh fuck, I gotta get that done as soon as possible. So I went and saw the specialist, and that just seeing the specialist alone cost me $170 just for me to walk in and just go, hey, I want to get my tonsils removed. And then him saying, how many times to get it a year? And then me just saying, 3 to 4. And he's like, cool, that's all I needed to hear, really. And then he had a look at my tonsils and then said that they're rather large for someone like me. And I'm like, oh, okay, that kind of explains a bit. And you could see as well where I had tonsillitis. But they also had to wait. I'll have like a 2-week window at least of having tonsillitis because you don't want to do the surgery and get them removed while they're still infected for obvious reasons. So, yeah, thankfully we have healthcare here. And we have Medicare, which covers a portion of our fees from hospitals and a lot of that sort of stuff. But private health insurance obviously covers more of that. So even though we do have healthcare, I doubt I would be able to afford it if I didn't also then have the private health insurance covered on top of that. So I went to the reception, printed all the stuff out. They're like, alright, cool, Medicare will cover this, your insurance will cover this. But they just decided to drop on that apparently there was a $320 doctor's fee that I could not claim on anything because it has no item number. And that also has to be paid 7 days prior to the surgery. And I'm like, oh, cool. Why do I have health insurance? So the actual hospital cover would be covered, the surgery would be covered, but there's just this extra fee that fucking I just have to pay out of pocket. So I'm like, cool, fuck, I can't afford that. I have to get some money together then, I guess. But I'm also running very low on time. So I was freaking out a lot. Thankfully, I had a editing job dropped on me that was paying a dumb amount of money, I'll put it like that. But it's also simultaneously the worst job I've ever had because the client has been such a fuckwit and fucking me around with, like, dumb changes and signing off on stuff and then going back on their word, and it's just so fucking... I'm on the tail end of it and it's almost finished, but I've gotten, like, a pay from it. I'm about to get the rest of my pay, hopefully, the end of next week. But... yeah, so I'm getting the surgery on the Tuesday. I'm recording this on the Sunday. It's all fully booked in now. I've just had to pay the $320, so my bank account's not too great at the moment. But, however, they also quickly reminded me that I have to also call the anaesthetists and to get their quote from them. Because that might not be covered as well for insurance. And I'm like, are you fucking serious? I want to die. So, I emailed the anaesthetist because apparently they had, like, sent me a text message and I replied to that so they can send me a quote. And basically, if you don't know what the anaesthetist is, basically they give me the sleepy time injection so that way they can actually operate on me while I'm unconscious and that sort of stuff so I don't feel pain and that sort of stuff. Sent them my email, they sent me a quote, and the quote for just giving me the night-night juice is... $360 fucking dollars, cunt! Now, immediately, red flags went off, because that doesn't seem right to me at all, that the quote for the anaesthetist is larger than the quote from the fucking doctor to actually perform the surgery, because all this cunt is doing is basically injecting me. Well, the other guy that's actually doing the surgery is getting paid less. So immediately I'm just like, fuck my life, I can't pay this particularly that much. And basically, yeah, I had to call up the receptionist of the anaesthetist and just be like, hey, why is this so expensive and can I claim this? And they're like, nope and nope. And I'm like, cool, I want to fucking die. And so the receptionist thankfully told me that I just have to, explain my sort of situation and hopefully that he can give me any sort of, like, discount. And she also agreed that, yeah, the quote for the anaesthetist should not be higher than the doctor and that there's something wrong here. And he decided to gracefully lower it from $360 to $250. Which is even more fucked because now, even with Medicare, even with private health insurance, with these other bullshit fees that I have to pay, I'm basically forking out half of the payment for my fucking surgery. Fucking doctors and fucking private health insurance is a fucking joke and a meme, man. I don't fucking get it. Like, sure, I'm thankful that I don't live in America and having health problems because, fuck, I don't want to be out of pocket and in debt for the rest of my life because, God forbid, I break a bone and have to get an ambulance called out and get like a $3,000 bill, whatever the fuck it is. But, dude, that's so fucked. I've got all of these, like, why would I... Because now, I'm obviously not going to be insured for after 2 weeks. And it's like, is it really worth it to get health insurance at this point now? If I'm I'm paying like $500, which is what they're covering with both Medicare and insurance. It's like a lot of the things that I was also looking into with the payment plans, they were going to be like $10 to $20 a week, which I also don't know if I can afford that on my current like income. It's like I'd also probably just save that money, or like just having to end up paying the fucking same thing if I were to actually have any health problems, which, considering my track record, the only health problems I've really had that I've had to go to hospital for is this, and also my fucking ass incident at the beginning of this year / the end of last, which if you don't know, I'll just briefly explain. I basically had a thing called a pilonidal cyst, which is a cyst that grew at the top of my tailbone and was extremely painful, and then once that burst, it left a giant gaping hole at the top of my ass, which a lot of people dubbed my second asshole, and that had to basically get stuffed with gauze so it could actually, heal itself and not be a giant hole in my ass, and then had to get that stitched up and everything. And that was apparently like fully covered. There was no bullshit fees from that. There was only the anesthetist that charged me like $150 or whatever the hell it was. But yeah, I don't know. I guess getting tonsils removed is more of a specialty than sewing up and scooping out someone's asshole. So yeah, I don't know, man. Fucking dude, being an adult sucks dick. All these bills fucking suck ass. It's like I didn't even fucking, literally just born this way. Like, I'd be... if I was the fucking... Like, there'd be so much shit where if we didn't have modern medicine... fucking... What's it called? Evolution. Natural evolution? No, that's not the word. Fuck, dude. I'm gonna get bullied for this. What's it called? Natural selection. That's what it is. I got it. I got there in the end. Yeah, I feel like natural selection would just fuck and kill a lot of people. With like, if I just couldn't eat for a week, I'd be fucked because I wouldn't be able to hunt properly or whatever the hell, or, I'd chafe sometimes. If I can't walk longer than 3 kilometers, I'd be fucking dead. Everyone with asthma would be fucking dead. Like, yeah. But, I guess, I don't know how I immediately went off track like that. But, yeah, so, leading into that, I obviously, if I have my tonsils removed, I won't be able to talk properly, and I'm going to be in pain for 2 weeks. So I've had to stockpile a shit ton of green text and other videos so I can edit while I'm fucking dying. And so you guys actually still have content in that 2 weeks. That's probably the worst thing I could do for my channel at the moment, is not upload for like longer than 2 weeks. Because I just suddenly rebuilt my channel back up and it's dipping back a little bit again. But thankfully I doubt that it'll go back to what it was. Because compared to, I think, May, I doubled my views pretty much, which is pretty fucking good, I'd say, building my shit back up. But yeah, so you guys shouldn't really experience too much, if any, delay in content. In fact, you might even get a little bit more. Because, like I said in my last podcast, I am starting a gaming channel, and don't worry, it is fucking coming out. I'll probably do an announcement on one of the longer videos next week. But I've still got a Minecraft parkour live stream that I did that I'm still editing. We'll get through that. The goal is to try and get like a video a week, so I've got that, and I also recorded a couple of sessions in Rust as well, which were interesting to say the least, because I've never played Rust, and I decided it'd be a good idea to just record me trying to figure out how to fucking play. And it went okay, I guess. There's some funny moments in there, so I think that there's definitely some stuff in there that I could get a video out of quite easily, or at least up to the 10-minute mark. So that'll be fun. I'll try and do subtitles, and they'll give me something to fucking do as well, as I'm dying inside. So that'll be that. Gonna do a bit more experimentation with, like branding and how I'm really gonna go about it and everything else too. But, it'll be good. Give me a break from something other than green text. Like I said last week, there'll still be like the occasional, like maybe commentary sort of stuff on the green text channel. I just don't want to upload gaming stuff to the main channel because I feel like, I'll just get shat on for that. I feel like even just live streaming Minecraft and other stuff on that is probably pushing it a bit, but fuck it, oh well. You guys seem to enjoy it. If people don't want to watch it, they just won't watch it. That's what it comes down to at the end of the day. But what else have I been up to this week? Oh, yes. A couple of nights ago, my friend actually invited me to a introductory, trial class, for jiu-jitsu. But, because my friend is a second-degree Dan black belt in Aikido, which is a form of martial arts where it's a lot of wrist lock sort of stuff and using other people's momentum and energy against them. And it's fucking hilarious to watch, I'm not gonna lie. But, he gets sort of all types of different people in there, and they also show him stuff, and, I go to gym with him every now and then, and we roll around on the mat, we wrestle, we box, and he shows me things from time to time, and it's good fun. And, he decided, hey, let's try and do this jiu-jitsu thing and see how it goes. It's free, fuck it, who cares? And, it's really cool just seeing how a lot of that stuff, works, and how there's, it's, I don't know, I guess it never gets old, and it's also, you gotta get over the meme gay stuff as well, because there's a lot of dudes on dudes sitting on top of each other, hugging them as hard as you can, and choking and shit, and strangling someone with your legs, while you're wrapped around their fucking, waist, and shit like that. But if you can get over the weirdness of it, I guess, it's pretty fucking cool, I'm not gonna lie. And there's a lot of it's just so strange to me how you can maneuver the body this well, and it's almost like we were made for this sort of stuff. Some cunt, at the end of the day, was fucking around with someone, and just I wonder if I tackle you at this one particular spot and wrap my arm around it. Oh, you fall over immediately. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, what if I just bend your wrist like this and just walk it around? Oh, you do a flip. Oh, that's fucking cool. Okay, all right. I guess we'll go on from here. I wonder if I can get my arm around your neck. Okay, that's not doing as much. I wonder if I just move my arm. Oh, cool. Oh, I'm doing a rear naked choke. Oh, okay. That's crushing both the side of your neck. Oh, that's quite cool. All right, well, I guess I'll put that down. It's just some cunt fucking around that just came up with all this stuff. And it's just stuff your elbow becoming aligned with someone's nose is the perfect placing for, doing a rear naked choke and that sort of stuff. But, it's just the sensei, master, whatever the fuck, the dude running the thing was just showing us just a couple of moves to give us, an introduction. Showed us how to fall safely from basically standing, and basically what you do is when you fall, you want to try and ragdoll to the floor, but when you do it, you basically slam your hands out to your sides at a 45-degree angle, and that way you're breaking the fall with your arms and not your fucking head or your spine or anything else. And also when you do that, you got to tuck your chin in so you don't bash your head against the floor. But again, you're doing all this on mats, so... But I mean, in a situation like that, obviously you'd rather break your arms than your spine or you crack your fucking head. When it comes to it at the end of the day, I guess. So, yeah, that was that. Was there really anything that... interesting that particularly happened apart from just showing us cool stuff, I guess? I don't know. At the end of it, we had a roll around, which is just, trying to get someone into an armbar to make them tap, so that way you can make them win. And I had to tap because the cunt fucking wrapped his goddamn legs around my head, and I felt something in my neck crack, and I'm like, oh shit, I should probably tap. I don't want him to break my fucking neck. So I tapped, and immediately got him back the next day when we had a roll around, when I got him in a choke. So we're even now, I guess. But yeah, that was that thing. So we're considering actually doing the course because he also told us about a introductory offer where for the first 2 weeks it's $94 and you get a free gi, which is the type of clothing that you wear when you do this sort of training. It's basically like everyone's fucking seen Dragon Ball Z and that stuff that Goku wears. It's kind of like that, but it's like a really hard, thick cloth. Yeah, that's about the only way I could describe it. And, which, gis typically cost more than $94, so the cost of the gi and the classes is a pretty good fucking offer. But also, you gotta pay for classes and, send stuff like, obviously, it's gonna be cheaper if you pay for 6 months or 12 months or whatever the hell. And they've got a pretty wide schedule of classes you can go to, so if you can't find anything in like a week, then you're probably doing something wrong. But my friend also then put me on to potentially doing an online version of it, called the Online Gracie Academy, which, if you don't know, Gracie is like one of the big names that suddenly came out of martial arts and this sort of stuff, because there was... I don't follow this stuff overly, this is just secondhand someone else telling me this, but especially in MMA, a lot of people were focusing on striking and that sort of stuff, whereas when someone trained by these Gracie Academy guys, suddenly they were doing a lot of grappling and throwing and putting them in arm bars and making them fucking tap like this, and was completely changed the way MMA was done. And suddenly everyone realized, like, oh, there's other ways than just punching someone in the head as hard as I can, and or hitting their hand away. And so these guys are really famous. They've trained a shitload of like famous people for films and that sort of thing. Probably trained Keanu at some point, who knows. Pretty sure they trained Tom Cruise. But they have their own online courses where you can be fully qualified, and they get you through the different levels of the belts and stuff as well. But they just have 360 views of every lesson, so you can, see it from every angle. And it is like a couple dollars more expensive, but then we quickly realized that if we're doing it together, like, the only thing you really need is a training partner and a place to do it, which we can fucking do that at a local gym because they have a cage and mats that we can do it on. But if we're both doing it, there's only one person that really needs to pay for it, because we only need one copy of it if we're both going to do it, so we can just split the cost of it, and they'll quickly become cheaper. And my friend, obviously, since he co-runs a dojo with his father, he's got spare gis, and he said he's more than happy to give me one. So, yeah, I don't know. That's probably what we're going to end up doing. We're just probably not going to start until I'm, recovered from my fucking surgery, because I'm probably going to be a fucking mess from the fucking... this thing, dude. Like, I'm so not looking forward to not being able to talk properly. Fucking hell. I also have a worry that my voice is going to change afterwards, which... I don't know, I'd finally come to terms with my voice, with it being like, slightly higher pitched at this point, but who knows? I might even get a lower voice at the end of this. I might have to fucking learn how to talk again. I don't really know. So yeah, I'm kind of worried, but also not at the same time. So, there's that. Since I am going to be fucking bedridden, probably for at least the best bit as well, I recently actually just got Netflix, so if you guys have any good recommendations for any Netflix series that you think that I would enjoy, please leave me a comment or just shoot me a message on Discord or fucking message me wherever you can or you want to, I guess. I do enjoy good conspiracy, do enjoy sci-fi, drama-y sort of stuff. I just watched Love, Death and Robots last week, finished that off, that was really good. Probably will watch the latest season of Stranger Things since it came out a couple days ago. Yeah, just shoot me stuff you think that I would enjoy. Yeah. What else do I have to fucking talk about here? Oh, yeah. So, if you listened to last week's episode, you'd know that I'd recently been getting into skating a lot more and how I got a fucking dope-ass skateboard for retarded cheap. I don't know if I call it dope. I'd say I got my money's worth for $8 from a fucking op shop. But I went skating with my friend again, and definitely wasn't as good as the first time, I'll have to say that from the start. Because when I was down, basically that day, I went down to my local shopping center, and I decided to buy myself some knee pads, because I already had some elbow pads. I just didn't want to be overly cocky again this time, and go down the hill and just fucking eat shit again. Because my knee and my elbow is still it's almost healed at this point. I didn't really want to open it up again, and my knees are still a bit munted from it, not gonna lie. So I went into the shopping centre, went into Big W, and as I'm going down to that section, I see that they have $15 skateboards that are actually wood this time and have, actually decent wheels. And I'm like, this might be better than mine. Not a full size, it was a 23-inch board, but I thought, fuck it, I'll give it a go for $15, why not? And obviously I couldn't really overly test it because I'm not going to be that cunt riding a skateboard in the middle of the shop. I rolled around on it for like maybe 5 seconds and I'm like, that feels okay. But obviously, it was on the smooth surface of a fucking shopping center, so obviously there's going to be a lot that's going to roll on there, like, fine anyway, so that wasn't really much of a test, but I'm like, fuck it, $15, why not? And, quickly realized it's $15 for a reason. I didn't realize, I guess, until I met up with him, I also took my old skateboard just in case, that the trucks, which are the things that connects the board to the wheels, were plastic. And this fucking thing would not carry momentum at all. We finally found a place, like halfway where we met, on like a more of a newer sort of paved place where we could skateboard a lot easier. And I just found myself constantly having to push off this board, because I'd push, and I'd go maybe 2 minutes before I'd have to push again. Whereas this, my friend, obviously with a much more expensive and just better board in general, would push, and he's fucking off. He's like 10 meters away before he has to push again, cruising along. His bearings must be a lot better than mine. And this thing was just the biggest piece of shit. Like, it took me like 10-15 minutes to catch up with him, like almost stacked it so many times. And I'm like, dude, this board is so shit. It cannot carry momentum at all. He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. You're just still a beginner. And I'm like, alright then. Let's fucking swap boards and see what happens. Let's skate back to where we started. And immediately as I got on his board, almost fucking fell off because it was a lot smoother than mine and could roll a lot better. And yeah, immediately went off a couple pushes. I'm like, okay, this is an actual meme, how much better this goes compared to mine. And looked back behind me, and he almost eats shit immediately. He's like, okay, yeah, I can see your problem here. Yeah, it's definitely the board. Your bearings and your truck's absolute garbage. And even then, I've been riding the board for like half an hour maybe, and the front of it, like, with the grip tape and the decal that was on it was already starting to peel and rip off, and already started chipping. And it's like, what the fuck? Okay, yeah, this is a bigger piece of shit than the plastic penny board that I fucking bought and snapped last week. So we just went back to my car and got my old skateboard out, and I'm like, okay, yeah, this goes a lot better now. It's my $8 fucking up shop skateboard goes better than a brand new $15 one. So that was that fucking like whole meme, and we just skated around for a bit more. Didn't eat shit that hard. There was a point where I caught a fucking stone and got thrown off my board, but thank Papa Bless, because I was wearing my knee pads and my elbow pads, so no harm done. I just went into the mud a little bit and just got muddied up. But other than that, I was fine. But yeah. So yeah, I don't know. Skateboarding's been going okay. I haven't majorly ate shit, but yeah. What else do I have to talk about here? All that I can be bothered to talk about. The Belle Delphine shit. Yeah, that was a meme. I don't know. I was going to talk about it a lot more, but I just can't be fucked, I guess. I don't know. What do you guys think? I think it'd be a good meme, but also I feel like I get shout on. Because I want to do my own parody version of it as well, where I sell Mr. Green's green water. And like play around in like a bathtub with like green water and then try and sell that. That'd be a good meme. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think if you'd like to see me splash around in a fucking bathtub. That'd be fucking funny as hell. But yeah, I'd also probably get, you should copy it. You just can't vote on the trend. I'd be like, yeah, of course I fucking am, cunt. This fucking chick sold out of this water. So yeah, that'd be funny. I might try that. I might even just do it. We'll see, I guess. Yeah, fuck it. Alright, let's just get into the shittest part of the podcast. And that is, of course, where I take questions from a bunch of you cunts. So, if you have any questions, queries, topics, or any of that sort of shit that you think I might enjoy, any life advice, any funny stories you think I might enjoy, feel free to either send it through to my email at mrgreentext@gmail.com. That's Mr. Greentext with an S on into that. It's also on my channel About tab where you can just do it that way. Or just go on my Discord, scroll down to the Greencast channel, leave your comment or topic in there, and I will get around to it. Alright, so I already know I have no fucking emails. The only one I got was from a cunt saying, "Don't ping me!" Which, fuck off, I'll do what I want, it's my server. If you don't like it, fucking leave. Alright, let's see. Star says, "Why are you so short? Drink your calcium, boy." I don't know, man. Fucking, I'm not... I guess I'm on the shorter end for a dude of my height and weight, I guess. I mean, I'm basically 21 at this point, and I am 5'9", which is, not so great, especially on places like Tinder, where you constantly see things just like, if your height starts with a 5, don't even fucking bother talking to me. It's like, yeah, okay, cunt. Alright. Yeah, I don't know. I do actually drink like a lot of milk. Yeah, I just got blessed with the fucking genes that I have, I guess. So, and that's totally not half the reason why I go to gym so often. Make up for what I can't in height. That was worded. I can't fucking speak. Why do I have a channel where I speak? I make up for what I lack in height in muscles. That's what I was trying to say. Asmund Yikes says, "What is the best Pokemon generation, Green?" It's fucking easy, mate. And it's a cop-out answer, but it's true. And that is, of course, the Kanto region. I don't know. Of course, it always has a special place in my heart because it's the first generation that I ever played. I made my way up through Pokemon Red, all the way up to Pokemon probably Black and White. I do own Y and Black and White 2, but I don't know, just haven't really gotten into them and haven't even fucking finished them yet. But yeah, they'll forever and always be my favorite generation. Because it's just, it's fucking classic, man. And, I don't know, you can always say that it always devolved from there, but yeah, Kanto always has a special place in my heart. Oh, yeah. So, Lucas sent through this one... Okay, fuck off. Hold on. I looked up a bloody article of it, and then immediately it's just like, "Please subscribe to get access to it." And it's like, fuck off, you dying media. I'm not giving you any money, cunt. Good old Lucas Jintoki sent through a article about... You probably would have seen it at this point through Twitter or any sort of social media, where a grieving father whose child died from a rare genetic disease, whose favorite character and was his most precious, coping mechanism, I guess, was Spider-Man. And the poor little bastard had died, and with Spider-Man meaning so much to him, he wanted to get Spider-Man on his grave. But Disney apparently refused to let the father put Spider-Man on his grave in order to preserve the character's innocence and magic. Fucking Stan Lee is turning in his goddamn fucking grave. It's so fucked, cunt. Let's see. What does this article say? Oh, yeah, okay, so it says Mr. Jones initially approached his local council about etching Spider-Man, but he was told he'd have to contact the copyright owners, which ultimately led him to Disney, denying his fucking request. Mr. Jones says Disney does not want his character associated with death. Holy shit, fuck, dude. How out of fucking touch do you have to be to do this fucking stuff? Let's see. So their official statement said, "We have striven to preserve the same innocence and magic around our characters that brought Ollie such joy. For that reason, we follow a policy that began with Walt Disney himself that does not permit the use of characters on headstones, cemetery or other memorial markers, or funeral urns." Fucking hell, dude. That's... oh. Like... surely surely he can find someone that'll just fucking do it anyway. Like, what are Disney gonna do? Are they actually gonna, like, try and sue the father for, like, you know, misappropriating use of it, or whatever the hell? Like, surely they're not that, like, you know, out of touch that they would do that sort of shit. You'd think, but, you know, big Disney, they seem to be taking a bit of a turn lately, so who fucking knows at this point? Alright, I think we're going to call it there for this week's podcast. I seem to be losing a bit of energy. I actually might stream after I finish this as well, just so I can get, like, one last thing, because I'm going to be pretty busy tomorrow as well, getting preparations for going in on Tuesday morning, because I'm also getting admitted at 6:45 a.m, so I've got to get up fucking early and prepare and all that shit. So I'm getting used to my voice in as much while I can. So, yeah, it'll be a shorter podcast this week. I'm sorry, but at least you're fucking getting something, but you're not paying for it at the same time, so whatever, don't complain. So, yeah, if you made it the whole way through this almost 40-minute podcast, be sure to let me know in the comments down below by including the secret phrase, which this week will involve vaguely hospital. Have you ever been to hospital? Have you ever broken anything? Have you recently had surgery? What was it? What's the most fucked thing you've ever seen? Maybe don't say that. Yeah, just stick to hospital stories whenever the fuck. And if I see a comment down below and on the YouTube with that involved, I'll give it a little fucking heart. And so you can have interaction from me, whatever the fuck else. And yeah, that'll do it for this week. You have any questions, queries, topics, anything else you want me to talk about when I come back, be sure to email me, mrgreentext@gmail.com, or go on my Discord, and I'll also be memeing around in that and join that as well. And yeah, I will catch you later.